5 News This Morning starts now.
This deal allows us to run our city and grow our city.
Well, Highfill city leaders and XNA decide on a plan for the airport's detachment from the city. We'll break down that agreement ahead.
Another very hot day for us today, very similar to yesterday. Heat indices well into the triple digits, but an elevated storm chance and then a little bit of a cool down on the way. We'll talk more about it here coming up.
Plus, the Washington County Fair is in full swing. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi will give us a closer look at this community tradition.
But first, let's take a live look outside in Bentonville. There this morning at 6:30. Is that Bentonville?
That's Bentonville.
Like that was Springdale we were showing earlier.
Either way, it's pretty out there this morning. See the cotton candy colors just a little bit today.
I say it looks pretty, and does it feel pretty?
No.
Not at all.
I was gonna say not at all. It is gonna feel a lot better starting next week, but even a little bit starting tomorrow. We just got to get through today and maybe a couple of storm chances. We'll show you a live look outside in Rogers near the AMP along I-49. 76 degrees. See that dew point? Yeah, it's muggy out there. Low to mid 70s pretty much across the board. Not much of a wind either, but we'll see that south wind shift to the north today. And again, it's not going to feel much cooler tomorrow or really even this week, but it's going to be a little bit more noticeable starting on Thursday. So heading out to the bus stop here, it's going to be very muggy. Those temperatures are going to be in the 70s. Heating up by recess or lunchtime, we're already going to be in the 90s. Some areas, especially in the River Valley, feeling already like the triple digits. As you're heading home, we'll reach possibly the triple digits, especially in the River Valley, but there will be some isolated storm chances starting this afternoon. So I'd pack that umbrella, not for this morning, but for this afternoon. See that storm chance picks up, especially during the evening hours here. You can see more towards 4 or 5 o'clock. Those temperatures beforehand, though, reaching the mid to upper 90s. And again, the River Valley reaching the triple digits. Again, a little bit better of a chance in northwest Arkansas, but still we'll see that storm chance here for us. And again, eventually we will see some relief, but those heat alerts remain in effect for this afternoon. We'll have more about the relief and more specific timing of those rain chances coming up in your full forecast. For now, let's take a live look at traffic on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a live look in the Rogers area along I-49 and New Hope Road. Good morning to you there. Again, traffic moving smoothly so far on this Tuesday. Again, we'll see very hot conditions once again today. But again, that relief and those rain chances are on the way soon. Talk all about it here coming up in your full forecast. Joe and Tiffany.
All right, thanks for that, Danny. Well, because of this extreme heat, take a look at this. Crawford and Sebastian counties have issued a burn ban. And the bans are for bar residents, from burning trash or brush, and noting an elevated risk for lawns, fields, and even woods. Now, if you're caught burning, don't forget during this ban, you could face a fine between $25 up to $300.
And with this heat, it can be easy to get overheated when working outside. So here are some signs to look out for to keep yourself from falling to heat-related illness. Muscle cramping, unusually heavy sweating, shortness of breath, dizziness, headaches, weakness, and nausea. And consider limiting beverages high in sugar, sodium, caffeine, and alcohol.
Well, in other news this morning, the city of Highfill and Northwest Arkansas National Airport, they've reached an agreement on the airport's detachment from the city. Now, this comes after nearly a year of legal battles and negotiations. The new memorandum of understanding says that Highfill will continue collecting its 2% sales tax at the airport through December of 2030. Now, those funds, about $1 million a year, will go toward paying off the city's 2018 and 21 water and sewer bonds. Starting this October, though, Highfill will make monthly escrow payments of about $72,000 until those bonds are fully repaid.
This deal allows us to run our city and grow our city. Well, as long as we do our jobs as elected officials and we don't get greedy and we don't over budget stuff, as long as we know that date's coming up and we keep our budget, we should be just fine.
XNA leaders say the agreement not only clears up uncertainty for the city, but also allows the airport to move forward. Both sides still have, though, to finalize formal agreed order in court. After that, the airport detachment will be official, and all lawsuits between the city and airport will be dismissed. Highfill will keep that tax revenue until the very end of 2030.
Well, for the first time since last month's double murder at Devil's End State Park, trails there are beginning to reopen. These 2 trails are still closed, including the main Devil's End Trail, where police say the murders happened. The Butterfield Trail is also still closed, but that's from storm damage earlier in the year.
Now, the reopening of the park's trails comes less than a week after the Springdale man arrested for the double murder made his first court appearance. Andrew McGann is facing 2 counts of capital murder and has pleaded not guilty, though police have not shared any possible motive for the crime. Investigators believe McCann killed Clinton and Kristen Brink while they were hiking with their daughters. Neither of the girls were physically hurt in the attack. Now, the family had just moved to Prairie Grove a few weeks before this happened. The city plans to host a fundraiser September 6th to help support the Brinks daughters.
A former teacher at Immaculate Conception Church School in Fort Smith has been arrested on charges of assaulting a student. Fort Smith police confirmed 50-year-old Christy Constago of Fort Smith was arrested Monday morning from an incident at the school in April. Sebastian County jail records showed that she was booked on charges of second-degree assault and harassment and has since been released on bond.
Well, a Florida couple has been sentenced for scheming to defraud pandemic relief loan programs through their Northwest Arkansas business. The U.S. Department of Justice says Julia Youngblood and Falwood Welch used to own an advertising and marketing company called Slipstream Creative. Court documents show the couple applied for loan programs and they say gave lenders false statements about how they plan to use those funds. Welch also transferred, investigators say, more than $1 million from those funds to personal bank accounts. Youngblood was sentenced to 15 months in prison. Welch was sentenced to 97 months.
Well, the number of first-year students at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith is the highest it's been since the COVID-19 pandemic.
Class sizes are growing with a 15% increase in new student enrollment compared to last year. 5 News reporter Claire Everbach has more on the growth.
There's not enough words to explain how much I love this school. There are so many ways to get involved.
Senior biology major Armani Dixon says she is not surprised by an increase in students and says UAFS is a close-knit community.
It's something that you don't see at big universities. Being able to go talk to a department head and have an hour-long talk with him is something that's unique to UFAS, I think, and that's amazing.
Senior media communications major Maggie Hepner oversees Cub Camp, the school's freshman orientation program.
Big colleges are really exciting, but there's a lot more opportunity for people to kind of get lost in that mix, and so I think they're seeing the value of a smaller school.
Hepner says she's also noticing more students coming from across the state and beyond.
They're not just students who are local and that's why they're coming here. They're students who are coming from other towns, other cities, and they're choosing UAFS because they know they can get the full college experience here.
And school leaders say transfer enrollment is climbing too, up about 50% this year.
We have a number of strategies we employed to help make that happen, but one of the most successful has been the transfer waiver, where students are able to get $100 off of their tuition for each semester credit hour when they're here at UAFS.
Chancellor Dr. Teresa Riley says scholarships and new financial support programs help make college more affordable.
When they're using their Pell Grants and their Arkansas Challenge scholarships, we will make up the last dollar of those scholarships for them. So truly, they should not have to pay anything out of pocket for tuition and mandatory fees with that brand new program. It helps to keep UAFS the most affordable university in the state.
Well, that was Claire Everbach reporting. University officials say that these numbers are preliminary. Official enrollment will be finalized after the 11th day of classes.
Well, we're learning more about President Trump's meeting with Ukraine's president at the White House. The president also meeting with a number of European leaders on Monday, all in an effort to bring the war in Ukraine to an end. Now the president says he's working to set up direct talks with the leaders of Ukraine and Russia. He also dismissed the need for a ceasefire before future meetings, despite insistence from European leaders.
I can't imagine that the next meeting would take place without a ceasefire.
We can work a deal where we're working on a peace deal while they're fighting.
The president says he wants to join Putin and Zelensky after the two leaders speak face to face.
Well, President Trump's federal takeover of Washington, D.C.'s police force is intensifying. Mississippi, Tennessee, and Louisiana became the latest Republican-led states to say that they're sending National Guard troops. The D.C. mayor says that the sight of troops policing U.S. citizens on U.S. soil is un-American and unwarranted, with crime down 26% this year.
Numbers on the ground in the district don't support 1,000 people from other states coming to Washington, D.C.
People that haven't gone out to dinner in Washington, D.C. in 2 years are going out to dinner, and the restaurants the last 2 days were busier than they've been in a long time.
However, the owner of Northwest D.C. Bar says that it's lost up to 75% of its business. The restaurant industry website Open Table has reported drops in daily year-over-year percentage for reservations in the city. And in Texas, House Democrats returned to the Capitol Monday after leaving the state for 2 weeks in an effort to stall a Republican-led effort to redraw voting district lines. Soon after the Democrats returned, Republican lawmakers modified a proposed map that was already friendly to the GOP to make it even more favorable to Republicans. President Trump is urging Texas Republicans to pass the new map by the end of the month.